I'm now talking to Roger and Julia, who have got a stall here today, which is, well, it's got wood on and it's got artwork on. I mean, perhaps if you could tell us a little bit more about the products you've got with you today, what you've got on sale.
I do wood carving and also printmaking through wood blocks. So we've got both today.
And are you actually doing any demonstrations today, or is it just a finished product that you're displaying?
No, just a finished product.
And how did you get started on wood carving in the first place? Have you got any formal training?
Yes, I went to college. I did a ceramics degree in college, and then sort of like progressed from there into the wood.
Because ceramics isn't particularly, it must be very different working with pottery than working with wood.
It is, it's a lot colder. But I'll probably upset half of the country now who do ceramics.
And Julia, I was talking to you earlier and you were saying that Roger doesn't actually use any machinery, as a lot of it is hand done.
He uses purely hand tools. It's always been a sort of point of pride that the chainsaw doesn't come out. We have to cut dirty great pieces of wood with a push-me-pull-you saw. Two-handed saw, as sort of the old Victorian prints show, and it's chisels and hand chisels, basically, and mallets.
And you were just telling me about a particular piece that's made out of elm, which had a really interesting history to it. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, it died about 35 years ago, an elm tree, killed from Dutch elm disease. It was left standing for another few years, then taken down and chopped up and thrown into an old cesspit, where it stayed for about another 30 years. And over the last few years, it's recently come to light again.
And how long would it take you to produce a piece like that?
It varies between a few weeks and a few months.
And you work with all different types of woods, I gather?
Yes, I like to stick to British woods rather than imported tropical, mahogany and all that stuff.
And have you got a particular wood that you find easier to work with than others, or do you not mind?
I don't mind each piece of wood. Each piece is so different that you can't really compare them.
Now, Julie, if I could talk to you a minute about the paper making process. I gather you make the paper for the prints to go on.
Yeah, it was something that I took up actually not that long ago, because I already make felt and I deal with fleeces and things, and I just thought it would make another side of interest, the fact that not only was the ink used was an old process of Japanese rice paste, but also if the paper was handmade, it just gave it another side, another sort of point of interest.
And is there some similarities between the way that felt is made and the way the paper is made then?
No, not really. It's felting's a case of just hard work and beating it and moving it round and getting the wool to the fleece to felt. Whereas paper, you're sort of dealing with mush and lots of water, and it's just
a messy process by the sound of it. So where do you do most of your work? Do you work from home or have you got a workshop?
No, we work from home.
I could just imagine your kitchen now then.
Yes, and worse. Well, your worst imagination, take it worse, and that's our kitchen.
So I gather you're based in Wrexham and you travel around and exhibit at various festivals and fetes around the country.
Yes, that's right. We've recently done, last year's was a bit of a washout, was it, with the bad weather, but we were at Much Fun at the festival at the Edge, and what others did we do?
Well, we were going to do Shrewsbury, but we were late sort of last year, so we didn't actually get to.
Okay, so what have you actually got lined up to do this year then? What are your upcoming events? You mentioned to me about a folk festival.
We've got Wheaton Aston Festival, which is in May. We will also do Festival at the Edge at Much Wenlock, Shrewsbury Festival, and the Workhouse Festival, and possibly two others. And then we hope to get more days like this in, and maybe a few more sort of pagan festivals as well.
So have you enjoyed the day so far here? Has it been interesting for you to come out and venture into England and see what's going on in sunny Cheshire?
I think it's always interesting to come and see other people. It's always interesting to come and meet people who might have slightly different views, but broadly similar to yourself. And it also, when you deal with other people who do work, or it always gives ideas and sort of different ways of looking at things.
You're meeting really with kindred spirits, aren't you? And I suppose you can take a little bit from what all the other store holders are making and see what else is going on, really.
Yeah, a lot of it you can equate with art as well, because you can bounce ideas off people and come away with new inspiration.
Creativity sort of breeds creativity, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, good luck with everything else that you've got happening this year. Really enjoyed looking around your stall today. I think your products are unique, nothing that you would find really in the shops, and that's what's good about these events, really, is just to see what's being made by local craftsmen and craftswomen.
Okay, thank you.